maybe these little sounds give me the vibes from the some kind of gramophone or something. So maybe that is the thing. And you know, like gramophone is in my head connected to something older than video games. So maybe it's like my theory is pretty right. Hello everyone, my name is Smile B, and today we gonna check the next 3 songs from the chapter 3 and 4 of Deltarune. And today we gonna check all of the songs that has the word board in the title. So I guess these are the songs that are probably, you know, like the whole one thing. So we're gonna try to maybe guess some kind of plot from these 3 songs, and we're gonna see how we gonna do. So yeah, let's go into the reaction, but I will only kindly remind you that you can subscribe to my channel. But yeah, let's go and react. So the first song is called Mike, the Board, Please. Interesting title, I don't know what to expect, so yeah, let's check. Ooh. Very groovy. Interesting, because I'm kinda confused because I'm not sure what board we are talking about. If we talking about some board like in the PCs, or we are talking about board games, for example. In my head, I have, you know, like the picture of the board games, but once again, I can hear in the background this 8-bit sounds, and that maybe could tell me that it's gonna be like the motherboard for your computer or something, but I probably shouldn't, you know, focusing on this too much because it's the pixel art game, Deltarune, so yeah, it makes sense that there's a lot of 8-bit sounds, but for now, when I was talking about some kind of robots and technology based on this sound, I was kinda right. So maybe, let's hear what's gonna this song bring us later. First of all, this song was really cool. And I have to admit that this song just screaming Earthbound. I imagine, you know, like the NES from Earthbound is in some kind of gaming space when there is a lot of, you know, like this machine when you can play like with the in the, I don't know, 80s 90s or something. I imagine something like that, but that doesn't really suit too well to my board games picture. So maybe we're gonna check the next song and maybe we're gonna have a better picture about it. Let's see. So the next song is called Big City Board. So yeah. Huh. This once again sounds really 8-bit, so... But I think, you know, like the board games in the... back in the days were something that was, you know, like some kind of... the thing before we have, you know, like video games, I think. So maybe it suits that this is so old school, but it's even more old school that is even before this 8-bit sound. So maybe it's all about, you know, like this board games. and maybe all of the plot is in some dark world that should, be based on some different board games. Maybe something like that. I have something like that in my mind right now, but yeah, let's see. Ah, this sounds really remind me like Pollyanna from Earthbound, but what I want to say that no matter what is happening in the game, the songs are really, I would say, happy. So I don't see this being in some kind of bad boss like we have in the chapter 1 and chapter 2. Huh. So maybe the plot gonna be something like that there will be some uh, guy who don't have too much friends and just want to play with us the different board games, and he's doing this for fun and kinda make us play these games. But this is gonna be like some enormous games that we gonna be, we gonna be the characters in this board game, and all of that gonna be like in a way of some kind of mini game, that it's not, like the boss fight, but he's like, yeah, my friends, play with me, and then I don't know, some kind of uh, bishops from chess or something gonna attack us, and we gonna fight with that. I don't know. Maybe not chess exactly. That was just example. I don't think it's gonna be chess. It's gonna be more like the board games, Uh, but yeah. Oh, ooh, the noise in the background. Yeah, the noise in the background and this old generator sounds. Hmm. Maybe it's this little sounds give me the vibes from the some kind of gramophone or something. So maybe that is the thing. And like gramophone is in my head connected to something older than video games. So maybe it's like my theory is pretty right, because I can imagine this. We are in some kind of. I remember that in Mother 3 was this moment when we have to, um, you know, mm, how I would say that. We have to participate in some race with some kind of robot, but we have to, lose this race. And it was in the some kind of big uh, room, like children room, like from the Squid Game. This, one with the when they have to do this all things with the biscuit and stuff. I don't remember the name for that. I'm sorry, but yeah, I can imagine something similar here, that we are in some big room with a lot of different mini games based on some kind of board games. I would go with that. And maybe, I'm kinda thinking maybe this gramophone sound make us feel like the main, let's say, villain in this chapter gonna be like some older guy. But I don't know, I don't think. I rather feel like it's gonna be some kind of child or teenager, something like that, that's just gonna like to play with us and have fun and stuff, but he maybe doesn't understand that the games are really dangerous, that we played these games before. I don't know. But yeah, let's check the last songs and maybe we're gonna have, you know, like the final answer, because the song is also called Big City Board, so maybe it's not like the one room, but the whole city that is, you know, based on some board games. Maybe. And the last song is called Doom Board. I don't think it's gonna be, you know, like the board version of the Doom games. My god, I love Doom games so far, so much. But I never played Doom Eternal and Doom... this newest game, Old Ages or something? Dark Ages. Because I thought that maybe I would do some reaction first to the soundtrack. You can let me know if you would be interested in something like that, because I'm big Doom nerd. So this title really is, you know, like enjoyable for me. But yeah, let's hear. I mean, that could be like some soundtrack to the Doom board version game of Doom or something. I could see that. It's even reminds me more of the Wolfenstein 3D than Doom, I would say. It's even more 8-bit. But yet, it totally would suit, but I don't know why I'm thinking about it, because clearly it's not what's gonna happen in the game, but in this moment I think we are fighting with this boss, maybe with this kid, teenager or something, that maybe we told him that no, we don't want to play these games anymore, and he is like, you don't want to be friends with me anymore, and then we gonna some fight boss with him. Maybe he even gonna, I don't know, transform into some kind of monster or something. This is something that I imagine in my head. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Yeah. I don't think that I can think about more than what I said. I think that in this chapter we're gonna have some kid that is alone and is a big fan of the board games. So he make a city, a whole city that is, you know, based on the different board games. And later, maybe he's some kind of mayor or something in this city. And all of the, let's say, like, first fights with him gonna be like some version of some kind of different board games. And then the last song gonna play when we will told him that no, we don't wanna play anymore. and he gonna be like, you don't wanna be my friend, so we have to fight. And he gonna transform into some kind of monster and we're gonna fight with him. This is exactly what I imagine that is happening. And maybe I'm completely wrong, because maybe the word bored completely isn't what I understand it. Maybe it's about something completely else. Maybe. But for me, the thing that I said at least have some sense. So it's not like completely strange, because that is some story that I could imagine would happen in the Deltarune. So maybe there is something in that. I don't know, but let me know in the comments all of your thoughts, your recommendation, and maybe you can write me if I'm right or wrong, but maybe without any major spoilers, because we gonna have some live streams in the next days, weeks. So yeah, we gonna see these chapters ourselves, and till then, just remember to be nice to each other. The comment section is yours, and we're gonna see each other in the next video. So remember to subscribe my channel, and we're gonna see each other in the next video. Thank you for watching, and bye bye.